Hello everybody, I'm Gary the Motham and welcome back to another video on Pokemon Legends ZA. It's been a while since I last tackled Mega Evolutions. In fact, it's been 2 whole months, and since then we've had so much cool stuff revealed about Pokemon Legends ZA, such as, and especially, so we haven't had any news on Pokemon Legends ZA. Which is great news actually, as it means Game Freak is taking their time with the game for once. But more importantly, I get to make all the speculation videos I want. No one can stop me! Except for the YouTube algorithm, I guess. Not to worry though, the people yearn for starter Mega Evolutions. This will be sure to capture their attention. So today, I'll be drawing Mega Evolutions to the Kalos starters. And I'll also be drawing regional variants for older starters. Let's start off with our grass starters. First up will be Chesnaught. Chesnaught already takes inspiration from paladins, chestnuts, and armored animals such as armadillos and pangolins. So cute. I love Chesnaught. Many people don't like him though, so I want to give him a Mega Evolution that sways people. For Mega Chesnaught's design, I'll be cranking up all the attributes to 11, making it more Juggernaut, more Glyptodon, more Chestnuts, which will, of course, involve bigger spikes. To juxtapose this sharp and pointy design I had in mind, I wanted it to have a more jolly personality than regular Chesnaught. It knows you can't hurt him. He's just laughing at your poor little Mega Gyarados shooting its petty little hyper beams. Mega Chestnut doesn't feel a thing. I wanted to make him more bulky and hunched over. The armored shield on its back is larger and more rounded, to resemble the aforementioned Glyptodon, and so that it looks like a bunker more. It follows the big body, teensy legs trope that many video game tanks follow, and would likely move around much more efficiently when on all four. The fun part of the design, however, is the absolutely massive spike on its head, reminiscent of the pikes of Roman soldiers, or the lances of knights in this case. This huge spike transitions into a spiky mohawk for some fun shape language and stuff, and to resemble those crests on many knights' helmets. I'm giving it 2 halves of a shield. Usually Chesnaught can make a shield appear from its forearms, but in the Mega I decided to make this a separate piece of armor on its body. I want the Mega Kalos starters to have all their respective super weapons. Delphox already has its fire wand, and Greninja already gets a water shuriken whenever McGolging with Ash Greninja. So Mega Chestnut gets spiky detachable shields, so it can beat you up. I then made the late decision to put Mega Chestnut's face on the inside of its armor. Who would have thought about that? How efficient. It also looks way cooler and much stronger. And now it really looks like an impenetrable bunker. For the colors, I did consider giving Mega Chestnut its shiny coloration, as that's one of the most common complaints I hear about this Pokemon. Its coloration doesn't look that cool. But come on guys, there's 100 Pokemon whose shinies look better than their originals. It doesn't mean that those should be the regular colors. So I kept them. Plus, I personally always thought that the white looked very dapper. Bombs away! Mega Chesnaught.
Mega Chesnaught, the spiny armor Pokemon. A grass fighting type. Mega Chesnaught's superior armor is so strong and durable that an enraged Mega Gyarados shooting a hyper beam at point-blank range would go unnoticed by it. Thanks to its heavy armor, it can barely move. It stands in place and absorbs attacks instead. There is no known weapon that can scratch its armor. It has the ability Bulletproof.
I'm really proud of this Mega Chesnaught. It looks super cool and it kind of reminds me of a Skylander in the best, most positive way. Though, don't forget that Chesnaught isn't the official starter of Pokemon Legends CA. That will be... Sprigatito, who evolves into Kalosian Meowscarada. This is actually one I made a while ago in my extremely long 500 subscriber special. I got requested to make a regional variant for Meowscarada, and I decided to make it a Kalosian form for Legend CA. It gives me less work for this video, so I'm not complaining. This Meowscarada takes inspiration from French musketeers, named for their skill with the muskets. I also turned its flower bomb into a gun. One of the most well-known starter Pokemon facts is the theory that all starter trios have an overarching theme that links them together. And the most popular theme of these is arguably the Kalos starters. They have RPG classes. The Knight, Chesnaught, the Mage in Delphox, and the Assassin in Greninja. 3 iconic classes featured in many RPGs. However, these aren't the only classes. To expand this concept, my regional starter trio for Legends CA will continue these RPG classes. So, Meowscarada is a Ranger, a class known for its skill with ranged weapons, such as bows or guns, like muskets. It's just perfect. I had this planned all along, trust me. With that being said, however, let's see what happens if we Mega Evolve Delphox. For Mega Delphox, I wanted to lean into the witch aspects a lot more. Before I started, I knew I wanted the fire wand to turn into a fire broom, and I wanted to turn its fluffy ears into a more defined shape, resembling a wide-brimmed witch's hat. In general, I treated this design more so as a redesign for Delphox, as many people ridicule it for being the worst fully evolved starter. Which I don't agree with, Emboar is right there, guys. Anywho, I treated it more like that instead. I played around with the large fluffy dress of fur, and eventually chose to make it a more open and shorter dress. So that you can see those sexy furry legs. I mean, so the design is more cohesive looking. Since its large flowing dress is interesting looking for sure, but it takes away from the overall shape of the Pokemon, I thought I'd go with a little bit of a middle ground between the two, if that makes sense. I found it pretty hard to draw the excessive amount of fur this Pokemon had. Getting the flow and the shape of its hair right was very important. Fun fact, by the way, according to folktale, the magic and powers of witches are stored in their hair. That's why Delphox has such an emphasis on its fur. Its wand was the part of the design I felt needed to change the most. The progression from Braixen to Delphox's stick is very disappointing in my opinion. They're both just sticks. And I felt like the design of the stick could have been so much more clever and intricate. So, I'm making this stick resemble a large scepter as well as a witch's broom, with the fire being the straw at the end of it. Its pose is open and boasting. Mega Delphox has the personality of many witches in media. Cocky, confident, and sly.
I hope the bear and bird are at the top of their game, because Mega Delphox will set them aflame.
Mega Delphox, the fox Pokemon. A fire psychic type. Mega Delphox gains a nasty personality. It loves nothing more than flying on its flaming broom and maniacally flaming down fireballs from the air. It enjoys trapping its foes into fiery vortex and slowly roasting them with flames of 3000 degrees Celsius. Those who look into its flames see their grim fates reflected to them. It has the ability Magician.
I hope that this Mega Delphox satisfies many people's needs for a Delphox redesign, as well as the few people, like me, who do like Delphox and want to see it get some attention.
You think Gary makes these videos for free? We'd like to see you pay the fee. If you're liking this mega hype, then remember to like and subscribe.
Time for the second fire type. Let's get into some monkey business, because the regional fire type starter for Kalos will be Infernape. Before we start though, I'm gonna make a monkey out of myself, but I do not care for Infernape. It's probably the starter that I like the least. Bananas, I know, I get it, but I don't exactly know why I don't like it. I just feel the entire Chimchar line just blends in and feels forgettable. Perhaps that's because we also have two other fire monkey lines. But it's just another firefighting starter, and there's way too little personality for being a monkey. But all of that is to say that Kalosian Infernape is probably my favorite Pokemon in this entire video. Let's quit monkeying about and swing right in. Going into this design, I knew only two things for sure. I wanted this ape to be a real cheeky monkey, and I wanted it to be a bard. The bard is likely the fourth most famous RPG class, maybe even in the top 3 of them. Known for playing music with his instruments, and often depicted as the comic relief of any group of heroes, I felt that turning this serious and angry looking primate into a cheerful prankster bard would just be perfect. While musical parades weren't invented by the French, they were extremely popular there during the Renaissance. So much so that the English word parade is literally just the French word for parade. Kalosian Infernape is thus an entire parade at once. A one-man band, you could say. It plays its flaming instruments with its 4 hands and dexterous tail all at once. Halfway into the design of this Pokemon, I came up with the idea of turning the golden plates on Infernape's design into brass plates, through which it channels magical fire which can make a lot of noise. It's also a symbol monkey toy. Monkeys have been used in street performances for a long while. The trope of a cymbal bashing monkey came from organ grinders during the 30s in many parts of Europe. And let me just say, as a non-natively English person, I was very worried when I saw the words organ grinders for a second. Organ grinders were very popular in France too, and many of them used monkeys in their acts. Infernape's fire connects between the 2 brass plates as if it were an accordion, another common instrument in street performances. All of Infernape's brass plates are different instruments: lutes, cymbals, accordions, trumpets. This Pokemon can even go ape on the drums if it wants to. I assume this Pokemon has a strong rivalry with the British Rillaboom. I wonder who would be the best drummer. Come on, come all, and witness the incredible musical monkey, Kalosian Infernape.
Kalosian Infernape, the Bard Pokemon. A Fire Fairy type. The Infernape in the Kalos region love nothing more than making loud, obnoxious noises with its brass plates. They stand in the streets and perform their music for the masses. It tags along with its trainer to amuse and entertain it with its antics. Its flames burn brighter and stronger by fueling it with happiness and joy. It has the ability Blaze and the hidden ability Sound Boost, which raises the power of sound type moves.
I adore Kalosian Infernape. It's such an improvement over regular Infernape. If you want evidence as to how little I care about regular infernape, I have been constantly writing primeape in this script instead. And I won't apologize. But after this awesome redesign, I can officially say that infernape, I still don't like it that much, but this version is just so much better, okay? Next up is the water types. And like before, I'm starting with the Mega Evolution. I debated whether or not I should do a Mega Evolution for Greninja, as it already has its Ash Greninja Super Saiyan Ultron Anime Discount Mega Evolution. So I polled you all, asking if you guys thought Greninja should get a Mega Evolution. And you said yes. But only barely, which I'm surprised by. Though, little confession, I had already started drawing Mega Greninja before there was a clear answer to the poll. I just got a little inspired, okay? Anywho, I won't be showing a speed drawing because I don't think that's necessary. It's basically just Ash Greninja but repurposed as a Mega Evolution. So here it is. Mega Greninja.
Mega Greninja, the ninja Pokemon. A water dark type. Mega Greninja loves to toy with its foes by appearing in and out of view. It will do anything to win. Even cheating in battle isn't below this Pokemon's morals. They always win in a fight because they always play dirty. It preemptively strikes targets before they even pose a threat. It plots to take down even its own allies. It has the ability Rotean.
I took inspiration from Ash Greninja in many aspects, and wanted to make Greninja a much more game-friendly version of Ash Greninja. I kept the big water shuriken, because that's just freaking awesome, and then I added a lot more water elements. The membranes between its fingers and crests are now also made of water. And it also gets a flight suit, since I took inspiration from gliding frogs in the real world. Imagining a gliding poison dart frog, that would be the ultimate assassin. I put it in the Naruto pose, because that's just funny and fitting and a good reference. Nothing else to add. And other than that, it's basically just a more interesting Ash Greninja in my opinion. Huh? What's that noise? That's right, it's a regional form of feraligatr. Let's go! Hail the king of the Kremlin crew, baby! Let's go! K-Rool sweep! For real though, the original form of feraligatr will be based on the barbarian class in RPGs. While it's typically a subclass of the warrior class, which chesnaught already is, I feel the barbarian class is unique enough to stand out from chesnaught's knight and paladin. Feraligatr is my least favorite Johto starter in all honesty. I can respect the Croc, obviously, K-Rool sweep and all, but I always felt the Totodile's line was a bit too straightforward and boring of a Croc Pokemon line. I felt like I once again turned a starter that I didn't really care for into a starter that I actually want to pick. Or well, I would want to pick if K-Rool wasn't beaten by that ugly monkey. Kalosian Feraligatr ironically looks more feral than before, and more vile too. It gets steel plates covering a few parts of its body, and the red spike flaps are now draped over its rough body to resemble the outfits of many depictions of barbarians. During the shading phase, I got to do my least favorite thing that I love begrudgingly doing. Rendering medals. Let's go, baby. Even Feraligatr shares my mixed enjoyment with me. Mega King K-Rool.
Kalosian Feraligatr, the barbaric Pokemon. A water and steel type. This form of feraligatr isn't originally from the Kalos region. It moved here from an unknown place. It loves to wreak havoc wherever it goes. With its powerful jaw, feraligatr can pulverize bricks to dust. Its teeth are even made out of metal, so steer clear from this beast's dangerous maws. It has the ability Torrent and a hidden ability Strong Jaw.
While it's not my favorite of the regional starters in this video, I still really love Feraligatr. It's so much fun turning designs that I don't really care about into Pokemon I really want to use. And I think it fits perfectly with the rest of this trio. But while meowscarada is usually the Pokemon I'd like the most out of these three, somehow I prefer Feraligatr and Infernape over it. With these designs wrapped up, however, what do you think the starters of Pokemon Legends AA will be? Do you also subscribe to the idea of Empoleon Penguin, French Snake, and British soccer player? Or are you a Chad like me who believes in K-Rool supremacy? If I like new starters as much as I like the ones I made today, this is gonna be a really fun game. I hope that ZA will do what I did today and give the Kalos starters Mega Evolutions while turning them into secondary starters. It would be an absolute crime if this already underrated trio of Pokemon once again got disrespected in their own region, the same way they did last time. So I really hope they finally get the respect they deserve. And I also hope you have another wonderful day. Remember to like and subscribe. I've been Gary the Muffin. Gotta catch me later.